afternoon and welcome to this fourth distinguished alumni lecture. We have with us very proud alumni of this college and this university, 77 batch undergraduation, Dr. Attain Reddy Garu. I request Dr. Attain Reddy Garu, please come and share your ideas. Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon. Today's topic given to me is that igniting leadership in biodiversity to attain harmony with nature and sustainable development. See, every personality has some positive and negative points. After hearing me, you should analyze about whether this person is having all positive points or all negative. There is nothing wrong in having negative and positive points. If you have positive 75 and 25 negative points, you are a good person. The point is that critical analysis you have to imbibe. That's why I have quoting the Swami Vivekananda slide. I just wanted to show this slide. Before that, I would like to say that harmony with nature refers to the principle of friendly, harmonious and complete balance with coexistence between the humans and nature. This is used in several contexts, especially from the context of sustainable development. Nowadays, sustainable development goals every state, every country are going to achieve. In that context, I am sharing it. The pursuit of unending development on the finite planet without balancing the biodiversity is not sustainable. That is the point I would like to highlight. This is the crux of the whole issue and it poses a formidable challenge before us. Now, my submission to this August House is we have to link up sustainable development goals with the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, which I will explain in the coming slides. Now, I would just like to say biodiversity and bioresources. This you can see what is there, I need not repeat. You know, recently, about 5-6 months back, biodiversity and bioresources are interchangeable. Amul, everybody knows it. Amul Milk Company has advertised big advertisement. Camel milk is being sold. Unheard of. How come this has happened in the last 40 years? When Kurian started Amul, he might have, in wildest dreams, he might have not thought that one day the Amul will sell the camel's milk. All I wanted to say is that biodiversity is such an important. There are many countries which do not have camels, but India is fortunate. That is what I wanted to highlight and sensitize all of you. Try to sensitize. It is up to you how you take it. It is your discretion. Now coming to this aspect, you can see it. Why India is called a sacred country? Even in spite of having 140 crore population, 17% of world population, 16% of the cattle population, only 2.4% of the land, and it has 8% of the species. In spite of that, it is one of the 17 mega biodiversity countries in the world. There are 196 countries which are part of the conventional biological diversity. Unimaginable. Even I don't find answers to how it is like that. Whatever it may be, it is in our ethos of respecting the nature. That's how here today, one of the 17 mega biodiversity countries. Biodiversity should be treated as a substratum on which the food security depends. Food security, I repeat. You know, when we 60s and 70s, what used to happen, we might have not born at that time, our country is ship-to-mouth existence. You know, we were waiting for a ship so that tomorrow food we used to get. You know, when in the villages we used to get powder from that PL 480 scheme. In the powder, the teacher used to put hot water, then the milk we used to drink. The wheat atta they used to supply in the aluminum boxes. Thereafter, Green Revolution and leaders like in agriculture, M.S. Swaminathan and Parodaji and so many other scientists have come at different times, and they saved our nation from the hunger. You may be great person in sending rocket to Mars or Moon, or you might have achieved excellence in many fields, but when you beg the food, you will be ill-treated in the international level. First air, water, food, thereafter other things. I wanted to say this thing. In 60s and 70s, you see the history of agricultural development. ICR history books are there. So many agricultural universities have been established. So much expenditure the Planning Commission has allocated to us, because first the country should become self-sufficient in the food. And I tell you, we should feel proud being an agricultural graduate, agricultural faculty, or whatever it may be related to agriculture, that we saved the nation. Today we are producing 353 food million tons of food grain production, and we are exporting. We are a net exporter of the food grains. So we have not let down the country, and we should feel proud of that achievement. But you see how this country was saved. So the confidence and the trust reposed in the agricultural sector, the agricultural universities, the agricultural departments, and everybody, every one of us, we saved the nation from the further humiliation. That is the point we have to highlight. Indira Gandhi, when she was Prime Minister, everywhere she used to say that we have become self-sufficient. That is the greatest achievement. You see the old newspapers. So this is how the agricultural sector, all of us have, I mean our previous seniors or everybody has contributed in their own way. So I wanted to show that you are in a very important sector. That's what I wanted to highlight, especially focusing on the students. Now, coming to slowly, I am entering into the biodiversity. What is biodiversity? It is a diffused subject. It is very difficult to capture it. You know, when you say climate convention, you can easily capture, quantifiable, itna, CHG gases and itna emissions, itna quantifiable, itna gigatons, carbon credits and all these things you can calculate equations and this thing. But biodiversity is a mind-boggling subject. It is very difficult. But anyhow, then one more thing, if you are a science student, for example, if you are going to any position, even agriculture research service or any interview, they will ask you, oh, agriculture, what is your country's achievements? Then just I would like to share, India is number 1 in milk production, number 1 in mango production, number 1 in castor production, number 1 in onion production, number 1 in banana production, number 2 in the vegetables and fruits. In the world, having 140 crore population, how it is possible? Okay, we have contributed that, but there is a God-given gift to India, that is biodiversity, which was given by the God, nature. So based on that, the more the variation, the more the varieties you will evolve, the more the number of new breeds you will evolve, that will improve this thing. That is what I wanted to highlight. That is called importance of biodiversity. This would not have been possible had we not been the biodiversity rich country. Even then, we have imported Mexican dwarf varieties when we are improving the Sonal, Sharbat, Sonara and all this Sonalika, all these wheat varieties. Now friends, we are at a defining moment in the history. That is, IPBES. In fact, I led the delegation of India to the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform for Biodiversity and Ecosystem Service, IPBES. Its headquarters is in Germany, Bonn. Their study has shown that 1 million species are going to be extinct shortly. This is the grave situation. There are many laws to arrest the biodiversity erosion, but unless we bring out transformative change, we cannot improve it. Here, this slide I want to show, our country is, out of 36 hotspot biodiversity areas, 4 are in our country. That is a gift of God. With passion, innovation and resilience, we can accelerate conservation efforts by leveraging technology, advocacy and community engagement and scientific research. Just to show, in Kukurbet, in bottle gourd itself, you see the diversity in our country. When you go to Canada, you ask from where this banana has come. Oh, from Latin American countries, they say, because Canada, US is nearby. They can't produce the banana. I attended many times meetings at Montreal. Each banana is costing about $2-3, $4, $5. And that too uniform, not a sweet variety like ours, Cavendish or something, thick this thing. It is like a rubber. I just wanted to sensitize you to show the variety available in the bottle gourd itself in our country. We don't appreciate it because it easily comes from childhood we see. Now I would like to share with you, there are 4 keywords in my topic. One is leadership, the other is biodiversity, then sustainable development, then the nature. What is leadership? You can see I will not repeat because time I have to maintain. It is, you lead others for a goal with a consistent activity. Then biodiversity, this is also for you interview question. Who coined the word? Mr. Rosen. Biological diversity was given by Lovejoy, but it is shortly then biodiversity. Father of biodiversity is Mr. Wilson, Dr. Wilson. These are the things. I need not repeat the definitions. I am leaving the presentation with the faculty. You can take it and go through it and go to Google and search more information on that. This is nature definition. That is sustainable development. Nature, I will not say speak about it, but sustainable development was the first coined by Brundtland Commission. She coined that, meeting the needs of the current generation without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. 3 dimensions of biodiversity, you can see it. This is the importance of, I just wanted to convey that how biodiversity is important in our day-to-day lives. Now I would like to quote one example, practical example from our own recent development. I think Indian Rice Research Institute is there. You all know that widely cultivated variety Samba Mashuri BPT 5204. By gene editing, I am repeating, this is the first time done in the world. By gene editing, we have evolved a variety DRR Dhan 100, it is also called Kamala. And then second variety by gene editing, genetics has evolved into genetic engineering. When we were studying genetic engineering and genetically modified crop, GMOs, we never heard it. We were only hearing about the hybridization mostly, selection, hybridization and so on. Then other variety, Pusa DST rice one was by gene editing was evolved from MTU 1010, that is called Katandora Sannalu in Telugu. These developed by ICR institutes, world's first genome edited varieties to be a game changer in sustainable agriculture. They are drought resistant and high yielding with less fertilizer usage. Now, why I am quoting this thing is that you had originally those two varieties. Then only you could evolve these two gene editing. You might have heard during Bush time, the Indian government, and recently also now and then, we say that we are stopping export of rice. Then what happens in USA, you might have seen in the TVs. Whole rice stocks within 1 hour, everything exhausted. Why America is such a superpower country? Why they should depend on Indian rice? Can't they grow on their own? That is the issue which we have to understand from the scientific angle. These are the three conventions. I will not repeat. This is the just you can read. And this is how just now Honorable Vice Chancellor were discussing biosafety is a major thing. Once convention has come, I am speaking about only convention of biological diversity. Other two conventions I am not because of time. Then Nagoya Protocol and access benefit sharing mechanism. Then 196 parties are the now the convention biological diversity members of that. Now India's Biological Diversity Act, CBD convention rests on three pillars. One is conservation. Second is sustainable utilization. Third is fair and equitable sharing of the benefits arising from the utilization of the biological resources or genetic resources. These three are the main pillars anywhere in the world. Now this I have shown in the diagrammatic form. These two, this side conservation, this thing, that is access and benefit sharing. Out of three objectives of Biological Diversity Act, the fair and equitable benefit sharing is the most difficult one to implement it. We will discuss in course of time what it is in an elaborate way. This is suddenly somebody will ask, what is biodiversity? Can you say what are the benefits from biodiversity? This is the one you have to, you have to answer so that you will get 190 out of 100 marks in interview. It is not that simple. You will feel nervous, you will feel sweating, and they will ask, they will interviews. It is not that easy. Not hearing lectures by this thing. So anyhow friends, the environment is the only thing we can give, to the future generations in a better way. Now I wanted to again give you one practical example. Now recently somebody asked me what is the importance of in Telangana, everybody is cutting the palmyra trees. Then when I went to my village, why are you doing all these things? What is the use, sir? We wanted to have a rice field, abhi irrigation aaya, yahan pani aaya, wahan pani aaya. So we wanted to develop all into wetlands. Oh, okay, you retain, it is not very shade giving, it will not reduce your yield that much. But the point is that people don't appreciate unless we tell them what is the dangers you are going to cause, and because communication is an art and science. So what happened in Orissa is it is actually from the last 1 year, the Orissa government has taken it very seriously. It is called a state-specific disaster. Because of the carbon dioxide percentage increase in the atmosphere, the lightening effect, pidugu bayadam, Telugu we say pidugu. And because of the presence of the palmyra trees, it is reducing the mortality rate of the humans. 10 పడుగులు పడితే 8 పాల్మరా చెట్టు మీద పడుతున్నాయి, ఒక 2 మనుషుల మీద పడుతున్నాయి. If palmyra trees are removed, death rate will be more. So they have banned felling of palmyra trees, తాటి చెట్లు in Orissa, which we have to also do in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. God has given for last thousands of years so much, but disappearing very fast. So this is the called by importance of biodiversity. A difficult subject I am trying to explain in a very proper way. So now I should explain, this is the administrative governance part. The most important thing below is the PBRs, People's Biodiversity Register. I take this opportunity to request, if it is possible, to the Honorable Vice Chancellor and the faculty, in RAVE program, let the students be involved in updating the People's Biodiversity Registers. That's a very good exercise, and they will understand what is the total biodiversity in a given village, because our batch was the first to undergo RAVE program. So let there be a practical experience. I just wanted to highlight this aspect. This is how we have to do People's Biodiversity. Now you see, in the agro-biodiversity, the importance given in the People's Biodiversity, up to 10 formats are there. So if you do it in the RAVE program, then you will get total understanding of the biodiversity, in a holistic understanding. What are the functions? See, there are statutory, the regulatory, that is called statutory, advisory and facilitator. There are state biodiversity boards, there are national biodiversity authority. For example, even after many, completion of graduation, you may feel to get some experience. In ISB, unless you get some experience, they will not give you admission. ISB, Indian School of Business. So if you wanted to go to management side also, you need to do something. So you wanted to go as an intern, you wanted to go as a junior research fellow or something like that and improve your knowledge. Now startups and bio resources is a very, very, growing subject. Now this is the importance. I just wanted to highlight only pollinators. 40% of pollinators are there. We all know, all plant breeding genetics professors, they know what is the importance of plant. So we have to save our pollinators. This is the losses if you lose the biodiversity. What is the loss is going to just, this slide will show. COVID has come because the disturbance in the nature. The virus will jump from the animals to the humans. Once it happens, what happened COVID, I need not explain to you, all of us have explained. And many COVIDs are going to come if we neglect the management of the nature or balance in the nature in course of time. What happened? The planet is collapsing. It's very serious. We all know that what has happened for last 1, 2, 3 months. You have seen Hyderabad, Telangana, Typhoon Manta, and how the Warangal and Anaconda whole city floated on water. The cloud bursts have become very common because of these things. Just to show you how I mentioned 1 million species, how the species are already reduced. You can easily see in this diagram. Percentage of species in each category, how many are vulnerable, how many threatened, endangered. This is a very important slide. Earth Overshoot Day happened on August 2024. You are using 1.75% of the earth resources, which it cannot generate now. So you have already crossed a tipping point just now, last year itself, and it's going to have a hell of a trouble for all of us. So this has to be understood and explained to the, many people, they come and say, no, they remove this vegetation, remove this area, Sir, we can remove it. We need development also, but at the same time, you balance the biodiversity, otherwise our survival is at stake. Unless, for example, you are an agricultural officer in a field, a local MLA has come. There are many good politicians also, I saw in my professional life. If you explain, at least 50% of the politicians will understand, but you need articulation for that. You cannot, simply say, sir, this is good, this is bad. Why it is good? What will happen? Sir, you will get more votes if you have more water, they will get all these things, so you have this vegetation here, so that village down below, it is called system payment services. So this is a new concept, sir, and like that. So because the politician has his own interest, but we have to explain to them, they are not technical people. So this is the way how I would like to share these things before you. These are the ISO Sustainable Development Goals and Kumping Mountain Global Biodiversity Targets. Entire all 196 parties in these countries. Even our own government Telangana, they have mapped our all developmental activities along with the Sustainable Development Goals. Your poverty reduction, your livelihood vision, your urban, everything is here in the Sustainable Development Goals as well as the Kumping Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. I will show you 23 targets. Everything is covered under the sky. So these things you ought to know once you complete, those who are completing final year and entering into some, exams, all these things, you need to have the hold on the subject. This is what Inger Anderson, UNEP Executive Director mentioned, that we have already increased our consumption and it's a very serious thing. United Nations Environment Program, she mentioned like that. Now, you see, okay, leave it other things. Come to our health point of view. This is what King Scholars has mentioned. At least now in Japan, this is very common for forest bathing. They go to bamboo plantations, just don't do anything, they will go around half an hour and move around the vegetation to get the mental relaxation. Science has mentioned, the more you realize the importance of the nature, your health will improve. Now, coming to just recently, I have taken because this, my name, 2-3 jagah mein spoke to recently this thing. Speakers come and go and this thing. This is the most important thing, intellectual property rights policy. You can go through in the Google. I am just giving hints and triggers. Because it itself will take 2 hours to explain, so I am leaving it here. Now, just I wanted to show you what is the biodiversity governance, how it happened, what are the subject matters, what are the activities regulated, what are the type of persons. You can say the air is free, whether it comes from Pakistan to India, India to Pakistan. Similarly, Before 2002, anything can be taken to Pakistan or America to India, India to China, China to India, but not now. You cannot take rice varieties just like that and go to this thing. It is an offense. You have to take permission. Even if you wanted to taxonomic studies, they have to come to National Biodiversity Authority, which I headed as a chairman. And they have to, many ICR scientists, they come and take, we have streamlined the procedures and we give permissions for deposition of the microorganisms also. So what I mean to say, these are the access for research. This thing. I will not go into the details. It takes a lot of time. So there is section 3 to section 7. Section 3 to person is foreigners. Section 7 means we Indians. So Indians के लिए कुछ easy procedures है, streamlined procedures है. That is what I wanted to highlight. Now this is the digital sequence information is the latest thing. Those who are specializing in genetics and plant breeding, they will understand better. And this is the immaterial, digital way of, ACG or adenine, cytosine, thymine, all this, DNA is made up of. They will transmit through internet and they will evolve the vaccine there. All biological resources are subject to the Biological Diversity Act. Nobody can commercialize any biological resource without paying the benefit sharing amount as prescribed in the guidelines. This is the new definitions in the Act, access and derivative. These are the definitions, benefit claimants balance. You can see in the Google Biological Diversity Act Amendment 2023, you can see all these things. So I am just giving you overall picture. The definition of company also was amended. Earlier we were having even one management or the amount invested in the company, we used to treat foreign or Indian company. Now we will follow Companies Act. Whatever is there in the Companies Act is equally applicable to biological diversity also. These are the amendments. These are the penal provisions. Now I would like to highlight this point. This is very important. Every offense, cognizable and non-bailable offense. The whole ICR system, CSIR, ICFRE, ICMR, all these. We are a small body NBA, but our power is very like a nuclear bomb. National Biodiversity Authority is not seen, but when they catch you, it is more than customs, income tax, and ED and everybody. So what I wanted to say is that the statutory aspects, one should not treat it like a science. Science is, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But in the law, 1 plus 1 can be 10, 1 plus 1 can be 15, 1 plus 1 can be 100 also, because it is the question of interpretation. You might have seen in the debates and the advocates do on our TV, it shows, if you hear this fellow, we will, hey, this is correct. If you hear the second fellow, then they will interpret, he will also correct. So we get confused, like, tennis ball, like this side, we all will see. So what I wanted to highlight here is that if you are a serious student, you this thing, you have to understand this, develop the critical thinking on biodiversity and understand it holistically. Because when you go out of the college, you have to wage war with the system alone. Nobody will come to your rescue. At that time, your total physical, mental system will undergo a lot of stress. Unless you are equipped with knowledge, you cannot face the real world. That is what I wanted to say. These are the forms, and who should take from State Biodiversity Board, who should take from the NBA. These are the how many days and this thing. This is just a streamlined in the Amendment Act. This is also same thing. This is the regulations of ABS 2025. One more thing you have to understand is that first in the law, Act will come in the hierarchy first. Then the rules will come next. Then the regulations will come third. Then further guidelines will come fourth. This is the hierarchy of the legal structure which we should ought to know in our life, professional life. So these are the things which were removed from the regulations and new things have come out. This is how the companies have to pay benefit sharing. You may, I will quote one example. If a seed company is there, taken some varieties from agriculture university and they develop some hybrid, they commercialized it. Then they earned, let us say, 1 lakh rupees. They have to pay, depending on the guidelines, 0.2%, 0.1%, up to 5% to whom they have to pay. They have taken from agriculture university, but that will come through the NBA back to this thing. We have given 47 to almost 1 crore to ICR institutes because they have shared these things with the companies, they have commercialized it. So we have given back to the institutes. So this is how the access benefit sharing. Access means you are taking the seed, because seed is not, you have not given birth to it, you have not invented it, it is nature's. You are only hybridizing, you are using the genes. So this is how the benefit sharing mechanism functions. This is what I wanted to say. Kumbing-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, which I attended. First Indian to chair the SBI, Subsidiary Body and Implementation, December 22. These are the 23 targets. You can see it, everything is covered here. Your invasive alien species, your subsidies harmful for biodiversity, business and biodiversity, all the agriculture, fisheries, animal husbandry, everything is covered under 23 targets. This is the thing which we are all seized with now. This is the preparation of the, from that, this thing, we have prepared the strategy, National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. This is the one, which I personally take very, we feel proud of our achievement because we got it released at Cali, Colombia, the last COP. You can see this one is the biggest, that is my personal professional life, the biggest achievement. We got out of 196 parties, only 40 countries have released this plan. And we released it with our Kirtivardhan Singh, our minister is there, third from that side. He came to Cali and we have released the document there in the presence of Executive Secretary of Convention on Biological Diversity, Ms. Shoemaker. Two ministers from Colombia were present, the Secretary, Ministry and myself were present, and this was the greatest achievement. It was really, we won the, really appreciated by all the 196 parties who participated there. In this document, it is available in the net, everything is available. What to do, how to go, what Agricultural Institute should do, what ICMR should do, all these things are there in this. Then to implement the plan, we need to have a biodiversity finance plan. It's simply saying that strategy and action plan, then this is the another exercise which I want to, just to show you. That's all. These are the things. When you deal with the biodiversity, we have conducted study, 24 ministries are involved in the biodiversity. 24 ministries. It is not only agriculture or Ministry of Environment and Forest. Rural development also. There are two types of departments. Life owning departments, life supporting departments. Life owning departments, forestry, agriculture, horticulture, fisheries, animal husbandry. Life supporting, irrigation department, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, and similar like that. Because their irrigation because of the water. This is what I wanted to convey with this slide. These are just I would like to give an example. It may be a little bit boring for you, but it has to be explained. For example, Ministry of Environment and Forest, 100 rupees their budget is there. So if they are spending on Project Tiger, it's 100% biodiversity conservation oriented. For example, in Agriculture Department, that is called attribution of the fund allocated to a particular department for the biodiversity conservation. This is how the biodiversity finance plan they will prepare. What is the expenditure incurred? So if 100 rupees is there, for example, let me say, natural farming, the government of India is encouraging now. So natural farming expenditure, if you spend 100 rupees, 100 rupees is your contribution out of 1000 rupees. But if you are spending on GMOs, mustard, BT cotton, that is not called biodiversity conservation. But we need those things also because 140 crore population, you cannot simply say only you do organic farming. You cannot romanticize the science. It is needed, but at the same time in an incremental way we have to move forward. If you stop fertilizer use and pesticide use, collapse, Indian agriculture system will collapse the next day and we all will be on the roads. So this is how you have to understand the biodiversity and its importance and how to articulate with it. This is the finance plan our Vice President has released, the biodiversity finance plan. Finance gap is just I would like to show 45,850 crores in rupees. This is the finance gap. They have analyzed in the report. That means 45,000 extra should be given to these 24 ministries to have a balanced biodiversity conservation in our country. These are the new finance solutions. These are the activities, nature-related risk management and other things. This is the mainstreaming of biodiversity into the agriculture sector. These are CSR funds, corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility because they have to spend 2% of the profit by law. You cannot escape from it. So we can take it. For example, Agriculture University wanted to have a bamboo setup in the campus. So they can ask some company to finance it. Under CSR, openly they can allocate and openly we can spend for that, have a bamboo gene bank. This is the business. Nowadays, after the Kumbing-Montreal, the private finance, because the only public finance is not sufficient. 45,000 crores are shown only in India. So from where we will get fund? Private business connect, green drive, everybody is doing nowadays. most of you will get employment after the BSc or MSc as a sustainability officers in many companies. Nowadays, this is the new designation. Earlier, we used to say COO, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Chief CFO, Chief Financing Officer, CEO, Chief Executive Officer. But nowadays, Chief Sustainability Officer has come. So most of you may end up, and it's a very, very good, highly paid job. The entire environmental management of a company you will be looking after. Because the government jobs are very less, so in the private sector you can go, and if you have hold on the subject, environment and biodiversity, you can become Chief Sustainability Officer of a company at a very young age. This is how the targets are there, 30 into 30, and all these 23 targets may. Just I wanted to show this is the latest mango. Not for profit. Many our heritage varieties of old Nawabs, kings of mango are vanishing. So in the biodiversity, they are saving it. Just I wanted to sensitize you how that, not for profit but for posterity. This is the seed, indigenous seed banks. We have to promote it. What is there? Okay, we are going to the hybrid. This is also there. It is happening. In West Bengal example I have taken and showing you. Now this is a Karnataka. Excellent. The Chief Minister has taken a very innovative this thing that indigenous seeds also they are making a part of the overall agricultural strategy. There is a called Agriculture Development Board which the CM himself heads it. So things are changing very fast. So instead, that's what I mentioned. Instead of making your own mistakes and learn from others the good concepts. Other governments also have to follow. Community seed banks to preserve this. One person saved thousands of varieties in Assam. Just I am showing one single person from extinction, Neelam Datta. Now coming to our urban cities, we are all living in urban cities. Now 34% of urban population by 2030 is going to become 40% of the population. By 2050 it is going to become 50% of the population. There is already we know we are getting a pneumonia, we are getting respiratory diseases, we are getting eye burn and so many other problems. Delhi has become a gas chamber. So what is the use of life, you tell me? The moment you go out, you will be sneezing. So the point I am telling you is that the urban biodiversity management is the most important thing. Is the target also. These are the things. I just wanted to give you what I contributed to Hyderabad city. Last COP was held in the 2012. Here you might be knowing, International Biodiversity Conference was held in the high-tech city. I was the secretary at that time. I was a panel speaker. Immediately after the panel discussion, I told the mayor as well as the commissioner, there is an urban forest wing in the GHMC. Then I told mayor sahab, आजकल दुनिया बहुत चेंज हो गया है, concepts have changed. You make it into urban biodiversity wing. So it captures the holistic things. Everything will come under it. Next 15 days, the notification has come. And now Additional Commissioner Urban Biodiversity is there in the GHMC. Just a simple suggestion from my side. So what I mean to say is that ideas rule the world and knowledge is power. Whether we agree or disagree. This is urban biodiversity only. Again I am showing. This I wanted to explain to this Hyderabad example. So nimbolide is the chemical from the neem tree which is everywhere. Tablet is given to cure the cancer patients, but absorption rate is very less. So the treatment is not that effective. So now the IICT and National Pharmaceutical Education Research Institute located both are in Hyderabad only. They evolved into intravenous injection. Now this is curing this thing. So now what I wanted to tell you is that if a company takes this technology and prepares intravenous injection and they earn 1 crore rupees profit, they have to give about 5% of the profit back to conserve the neem trees or plant neem trees and more. This is called simple access benefit sharing mechanism. So this is the nimbolide example I am giving you so that you understand how things are happening. This is a very, very interesting example. In a village called Dapur, Nashik, one company, you see their enzyme technologies, their scientists went and took some samples. The villagers don't even know it, what they are collecting, why they are collecting. Anybody soil, kitna le jao yaar bolega hum log to. They collected some kgs and they took 2 microorganisms they identified. They developed 27 nutraceutical probiotics. Now the village we have given back from NBS 71 lakhs to one villagers. Because from their village, that is the act. From whichever village the company takes microorganisms, they have to pay back if they make profit. You see, 71 lakhs to some 200 villages, you can imagine how much, the people were shocked. Because we maintain the system, because once they take the commercialization, they have to apply to NBA. They cannot do just like that, they will be caught. Earlier it was a non-bailable cognizable offense, now it is a civil offense, that amendment has taken place. So what I wanted to say is that simple things, how Indian soils are known for large number of microbiology faculty or anybody students are there, they understand better than me and others. So this is what example I wanted to highlight. This is the lady in Arunachal, she is treating with a lot of, she got Padma Shri, just I am showing you, for preserving and treating all with the local herbs. This is the wastage of food, how much we are wasting. By wasting food, we are destroying the biodiversity. Just I wanted to sensitize it. How much we are wasting it. This is how nature positive reforms, fertilizer, you know, fertilizer, almost 2 lakh crores we are giving on fertilizer subsidy. As agricultural people, we need to find solutions. We have to give, articulate, we need to develop, advise the politicians what strategies they have to adopt. If you are a director of agriculture, we have to tell them. So that also I will show you what is happening in the alternatives. This is organic carbon, ICR recent study. When we got independence, we were having 1 or 2% for 1.5 to 2 carbon, now it is 0.3. Unfortunate. It is a very dangerous state of affairs in soil health in India. That's why we are getting all knee problems, bone problem, this problem, that, because the nutrients are not there in the soil, and youngsters are also getting back pain, joints pain, and all this is because of the lack of nutrition. This is Coromandel fertilizer indeed himself has mentioned that this is a dangerous situation in our country. So I just wanted to, why I am showing this slide is that to sensitize, to show what is happening in the country. This is the answer. Now Kanha Shantivanam is making huge strides in biochar. I am not saying that biochar will give all nutrients like urea, diammonium phosphate or whatever NPK, whatever you may call it, but definitely when there is no urea available, you have to depend on something. Something is better than nothing. So still trials are going on. I went to Kanha Shantivanam and took the photographs, and I was impressed by their work. This was the Kanha Shantivanam here only, in Shamshabad. It's a dry, barren area, how they are converted it. Because biochar they used and made into a green oasis. Now Maha Kisan Mela is going to happen shortly in Shantivanam. How they transformed it. A tropical rainforest has been created in Telangana, unimaginable. We are all dry deciduous forest fellows. See the things, how things are happening. So we cannot simply, when the crisis is happening in the agriculture sector, we need to give the chief ministers, agriculture ministers, some alternatives. For example, you see, if you go to cancer patient, specialist, what he will say, you have to undergo operation something. So what will happen if you undergo, sir, you will live 5 years more. That's all, but you will die. So at least we have to give that solution. Otherwise, what agriculture people are telling, Mantri ji ke samne jab face karte hai, you will understand. I mean, we face day in and day out. Their frustration also they will take out on us sometimes, because we are not in a position to give any advice to the ministers. So this is how they are making, just to show you. This is resource mobilization, I did not tell this thing. This is Center for Business Leadership on Nature Restoration. This was opened by GCNI, Global Compact Network India, a United Nations organization. I was the chief guest there. I was also there in that picture. They established it in Chennai. Things are changing very fast, very, very fast. So I told them, now I am going to lobby, now I retired and came back to Hyderabad. I want to have one center here also. So the GCNI, if they open it, we'll have more interaction on that. I mean, these sustainability activities. You know this Ongol bull from Andhra Pradesh, this was sold for 35 crores in 35 crores. Can you imagine it? And we don't have the best bulls now in India in this thing. Unfortunate, because Brazilians for the last 50-60 years, they have taken the best germplasm from Andhra Pradesh, United Andhra Pradesh, and now Andhra Pradesh, and they have developed the varieties, and now they are ruling the world industry. How this happened? Why we neglected it? Just I wanted to show what happened. In fact, there is a story on that, but time is running out. I don't want to go into details. See, these buffaloes are Asian buffaloes. Generally, the police uses horses for crowd control. In the COP, they want to show sustainability, how even buffaloes are being used for the security operations. Now happening in Belém, in Brazil. Can you imagine? That means Brazil is also one of the 17 mega biodiverse countries like us. That's what to convey. So this is the green industry and business. This is the greenium, the green premiums and green bonds have come. These are the number of applications we have dealt with, just to show you. 45% commercial research. Of course, this is not 6 months old data. Now things have changed. You can use how the things are being done by state biodiversity boards and NBA. This is how the bioresearch are being used. 58% pharmaceuticals, 15% nutraceuticals. You can see cosmetics. You know, L'Oreal company executives used to come and meet me. See the cosmetics business in the world. Billions. We don't realize. And they are taking all our bioresources, and there the research is like a war. These are all from biodiversity and bioresources. This is what I wanted to show. 206 crores access benefit sharing amount we earned and distributed. Institutes also, 61 institutes, 3.75 crores we have given. Institutes with ICR institutes. They were sure, अरे भाई पैसा आ रहा है हम लोग को, हमारा मतलब जो we need not depend on government of India for our day-to-day activities. I can improve one greenhouse, I can improve my furniture and computers, students, researchers, everything. We have given. Government has not given, NBA has given. So this is another concept just I would like to mention. Now you know any conservation areas, because we have to achieve 30% by 2030. 30% of the terrestrial coastal this thing. This is called, Sir is also a member of that committee, Venkareddy sir, and he contributed a lot to the drafting of the report, and report is going to be released shortly by the Government of India. Other effective area based conservation measures, and I will not go into details because time is running out. These are the things. This is how criterion. This is the difference. There is a protected area, biodiversity heritage site, other effective area based conservation measures. These are the things. Even agriculture university, part of the area can be declared as OECM. The legal status will not change, but you will get international recognition and funding also. Now huge funding is available in the biodiversity field and climate change. How you submit the reports is a challenge before us. This is the invasive alien species. Now this is the one in the pinworm in the tomato. Just I wanted to highlight, in the foreign countries, if there is an invasive, Australia, if anybody has gone, how strict they are. The point is that we don't act so fast. So it will be like, if a bomb explodes somewhere, how everybody will come, TVs. If the invasive alien species come, we have to act in such a way, we have to cordon off the area, we should see that this will not spread, because our economic livelihood, farmers' life will be ruined, entire this. But because of lack of understanding at the district level, whatever you may say it, I am not criticizing anybody, because the collector plays a major role in the agriculture department. We have to see that it will not spread out. So just I am giving you an example. This is a digital sequence information I already mentioned. I don't want to go into detail. This is watermelon. Without seedless watermelon has come. Now I wanted to show. People say Ayurvedic fellows are copying the allopathic. You should not do like that. You see in the controversy in the newspapers they say. But now Apollo hospitals have mentioned Madhanasini leaf, neem seed, amla fruit, jamun seed. How come from Colgate they have to come down to this? You tell me. Why? You propagate Colgate only. Or Binaka, when we were students, the most modern Apollo hospitals is doing the bioresources based toothpaste. So if you say biodiversity is important, this thing that nobody will. If you show this example, then people will get, really, is it correct? So I wanted to show the real life examples. This is very interesting, Mr. Chandrasekharan. He is from a family of Siddha doctors. He studied fashion technology, But this fellow, having his brothers, his father, everybody Siddha, our traditional this thing. Now he did all the skin diseases, insomnia, sleeplessness. They have done wonderful research. Now the garments are mixed in the neem powder, sandalwood powder, or liquids, and they are asked to wear during sleep, and many people got treated rather. So these are new innovations of the use of biological resources. This is one tree, the time is running out, I don't want to say. This is another Mapia phytida cancer drug. Even the foresters we were not knowing. This we used to get from Western Ghat area, all chopped small, pieces. We foresters are bothered about the timber. And this is more costlier than timber. They used to bring the Hyderabad one and then they used to make the camptothecin and export it at a very high cost in lakhs of rupees for each 1 kg or half kg. This is another one which Murugan has done. This is the very popular in the deep south. This is Telangana's very famous insect during rains, Ardrapuru. Yes. Now you know that how much it is being smuggled. Many people don't know. They are being made into different product, and customs people do not know, zoology people do not know, forest people do not know, agriculture people are not aware of it. This is what we have to understand what is biodiversity. This is eating the fungus, mushrooms in the plastic. This mushroom is, you see, byproduct of it is in human skin and lungs, increasing the age, enhancing the age. So many things are there. Panruti is a jackfruit variety, and we have to plant it more because during COVID what happened? No vegetable has moved out of village, no vegetable has come into the village. Then how you will survive? You know jackfruit you can eat, raw jackfruit with curry, fruit you can eat. At least you can survive for some days without any external help. Anyhow rice will be there, some dal will be there. This fruit, 10 trees or 100 trees will be more than enough for the entire people to survive for 1 or 2 months of COVID time. This is a GI tag, they got it. Panchayat Raj, this thing. This is the bamboo. I am a great fan of bamboo. Each part of bamboo is used. I will not go into the details. You can see it on the slide. If at all we wanted to save biodiversity, we have to go in a big way as promoting the bamboo in India. China has taken big lead and they have conquered the world. Even in every flat I saw, the housewives are getting the cutting of onion and this thing is a bamboo, that one, it's not plastic one, bamboo mat type this thing. Which is used for cutting all the vegetables. We are not in a position to, a laughable thing should I tell you? 600 crores of foreign exchange we have spent just in importing the agarbatti sticks from Vietnam and China. Are we so incompetent? Sticks, not even what I should say, value added, simple sticks. It's a shame on all of us. This is the one law. I am advisor to Arunachal Pradesh. See, when I saw this gigantic dendrocolumns guy, mind-boggling. How, I could not catch the camera, could not, this thing. See the proportion, my height and the bamboo height, girth also. These are all, that's why I am telling you, we are one of the 17 mega biodiverse countries out of 196 countries which are parties to convention. Can you imagine, we are ignoring our God-given gift and our natural wealth, natural resources. I wanted to show just 700 billion are required to maintain all over the world dollars to conserve the biodiversity. Just I wanted to highlight this thing. Now this is what I would like to mention, that way forward. In the sense that sustainable development, I will focus on only this one. Facilitate harvesting of Florida invasive python. Florida, Burma python has gone to Florida as a pet. USA. Now they are wanted to control it. How? They have started an industry making python, leather bags, leather, everything. Automatically the useless thing has become useful thing and its population is being controlled. So this is how we have to evolve ways. All the things here there. Agro-tourism is one thing. People in Hyderabad is expanding, now I think Kokapet is the most sought-after place. And already ORR has come, RRR is coming. Every third fellow is having a 4x4 SUV. On Sunday, Saturday, where they should go, you tell me. They will go one day to IMAX, one day to Necklace Road, and third day where they should go. If you develop agro-tourism, their 4x4 vehicles, they also feel adventurous, they also wanted to test their vehicles. So agro-biodiversity farms should become attraction for all these IT guys and all the top, whoever has money, disposable income. Their children will come, then they will show, beta, you see how the milk will come. Oh my, I'm thinking that, from feed is a super Ratnadeep it will come. No, it is come from the cow. Their survival rate will be better, they can face the problems more. They should touch the goat, they should touch a cow, they should see what is a rice, how it looks like. So agro-tourism has a great potential. We are having somebody land, we can explore those things. Biodiversity is a multifaceted subject. These are the things. Agroforest is another thing. Last one I wanted to finish it off. Now this is the one, the fate. Our grandmothers were delinked from our grandmothers. So this is the fate. All the elements we do not know. Everybody will, dolo is there. Then the other things are there. And all these things we are destroying our side effects. So many things are there. Olden days, these were the traditions, joint families. But anyhow, I can't help it because the changing structure, these are the unavoidable things. Now friends, this is the last slide. I would like to conclude certain points. So now the future of our planet depends on the choices we make today. This generation, let us be not a generation that, keep silent and don't advise to the policy makers that we cannot afford to destroy the nature like this. We need development, but in a balanced way. Let us be the generation that restores, protects, and sustains life on Earth. Let us turn the vision into reality. We have to see that our ecosystems thrive, species flourish, and our planet prospers. If we want nature to protect us, we have to make harmony with nature. Time has come to include food, rather biodiversity, as a weapon in the security doctrine of India. Let us rise to the challenge and ignite the leadership in biodiversity to attain harmony with nature and sustainable development. Friends, I have mentioned that conserving biodiversity is not only an environmental issue, but also a developmental, health, social and moral issue. Thank you, friends, for your kind attention, and thank you very much.
So thank you very much, sir. Sri Attain Reddy garu, the retired IFS officer and former chairman, National Biodiversity Authority of India, for igniting the entire minds of our youngsters. So thank you one and all for making this program a grand success.